Cool. And workable relic. Merry Christmas to you too. Let's do that. And mode, widespread. This is good. How do I change the work mode? Control Y. Control Y. Swath dropping. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's quite efficient. So all that does is, if we look, oh, here. All it does is it moves those things in and out to enable swathing and not swathing. Okay. Fine. That's all I need to know. Let's fold that back up again. Nope, not turn it on, fold it up. Thank you. No, we have no plans for Christmas. Obviously, we don't have family around here, so nothing there. And I'm not sure that swath's the way I want it to, but okay, whatever. I can use this mower, and I always have a windrower over there that I can fix things with, so that's good. Okay, drop off, rear mower, go. But advantage, this tractor can work this mower. It was about 40 horsepower short for the old mower system that we had. Put that there. And again, drop that off. Help. Turn off the help. And let's pick up our weight. Said, not sure if can't remember what I said about what. I'm not sure. Okay, we will pull this up here and attach that on the back of that. This tractor's good enough to haul this, and I'll turn that off. We'll go find this guy. And time to top another field. Interesting. There we go. All right, let's quickly top field number 2. Well, it's not actually field number 2, it's just the second field of sugar beets. A little bit wider, so that very, very carefully. Good. Go. Now the other thing is some of the sugar beet harvester, I think the mod harvesters come with wider toppers, so you actually have a little bit of a standoff between you and driving over sugar beets when they're not topped. I wonder if I've got those loaded. Sugar beet harvesters. Beet harvesters. So that's interesting. Okay, that is a sugar beet harvester with a working width of 6 miles an hour. 18,000 litres. I do not see a working width on that. This one doesn't have one. You put a header on it, and the headers are here. And unfortunately, that is 2.7 metres wide. That is 4 metres wide, and that's what I'm using right now, which is 3 metres wide. So this is a little bit wider than the harvester. But there is, let's go back. So the Homer Pterodos 540, I think there's a 440 mod. That's a thing, and that doesn't tell me how. Oh yes, it does. 2.8. So there is another one which comes with, I think, up to a 12-metre header. So because it sticks out further, you don't risk driving over the leaves. But it would appear I do not have that particular harvester loaded on this save. So unfortunately, we make do with what we have here. No. Let's get the trees out of the way. Close enough. But yeah, it's very carefully. Don't drive on the sugar beet leaves. And there we go. So in theory, I come around it again. We should pick up the bits that the header was too far over for. And yeah, we'll just get this one done, then we'll collect the last of the bales. I think if we collect the last of the bales, we should... Oh, we've already got one for empty field. I was just thinking I need to clear off the bales so the mulcher can do its work, but I don't need to do that because we clear off the last of the bales. We've already got an empty field that I can move the mulcher onto, so not too much of a hassle. I didn't just turn the engine off, that's good. And now we'll go the other way. Yay! So long as I get everything to this edge, it should be okay. How's my tea? Tea is cold, but done. And we are coming in 11 o'clock. To be honest, I don't know what lunch is today. Running a little bit short on deli meat for sandwiches. Oh, don't do that, please. There we go. Got lots of bread. Just don't have a lot of meat for deli meat. Deli meat for sandwiches. Guess we'll figure that out at lunchtime. Okay, carefully do that, and am I killing? Oh, hello. Back wheel is actually driving on the crop there, and we don't appear to be killing any. That may be a change for Farm Sim 25 over previous versions of the game. Previous versions of the game do not drive on the crop, or put road crop tyres, narrow tyres on your tractor so that you can. And that way you can come in, you can top the field, with the narrow tyres, you won't kill anything. And then the harvester can drive over everything. As I said, that might be a new thing for 25. And that might be because of all the other root crops like onions and red beets and parsnips and stuff. That, they haven't put anything in place to stop you driving over the crop. No. Ugh, forwards. Forwards is a good plan. There we go. But that was a frustrating thing in early versions of Farm Sim where driving over a crop makes a mess. Kills stuff and all sorts of bad things. I will do a test when we move on to the next field. This is the third headland, so we'll get the rows done. We'll move down to the next field, then we'll grab some more bales. How is the dude in with the mulcher is still doing the mulching, so that's good. That and do that. Forwards carefully, and that's the take. Okay, good. So, last lap. And then rows. And the nice thing about this is, I mean, 9 miles an hour isn't fast, but compared to other farm equipment, this is quite a nippy piece of equipment. Good, you know, good speed to get the job done. And we don't have huge fields that need to be topped. We just have oops, missed some. I don't think that matters now. And I can use that as a test to see if I can drive over it. Maybe. I don't know. Let's do that one. Alright. And of course the world of computers is getting quite pricey. I'm kind of glad I upgraded my PC last year. Because this year prices are horrible. RAM prices, what's the other bit? The SSD prices, the graphics card prices have normalized, but I don't think for long. I think we are going to be looking at horrible prices for graphics cards because graphics cards include a lot of memory, and memory is expensive. Look, hi tractor. It's nice to be driving around fields and seeing tractors in other fields doing other things, even if it's your field and your tractor and a worker. It would be nice if maybe in Farm Sim 28 we get to, if there's a contract raised and then the computer decides, hey, I don't think you're going to do this and I don't think you have enough time to complete it, that it just initiates the contract tractor appears with the equipment and starts working the field, so that you're in the position where, oh yes, I saw that field being done, the contract's gone. Let me get us lined up on that row, and we go for the next one. go. He must be all the way down there. Out. Oh, there he is. Not sure if he's rendering on the video yet. Because the other thing I did upgrade, basically replaced everything in this PC, except it does still have an old hard drive disk platters and magnetic heads, just so I can put data on those and not worry about them, and they're not taking up space on the primary SSD. Things like laser cutting projects and sound projects, and yeah, all sorts of weird stuff. I just put the data out on the hard disk, and then games and operating system and stuff goes on the SSD. But yeah, everything else got replaced. But since I knew that there were graphics cards coming out early this year, I did not buy a good graphics card. I left it until spring to get a decent graphics card in this. Unfortunately, I found out I should have bought an 870, not a 670 motherboard, because I'm only running the graphics card at 4 PCI 4.0 instead of 5.0. I don't have a 5.0 slot for the graphics card to run in. I do have a 5.0 for an SSD, but I only have 4.0 SSDs because at the time the 5.0s were rather pricey too. So, yeah, you do what you can. I still don't need a 5.0 PCI 5.0 SSD. The 4 is fast enough for everything we do here. But it would be nice to have a motherboard with a 5.0 on the graphics slot. But that's money, and I do, yeah. In the grand scheme of things, I do not need to replace the motherboard on this. It's quite adequate. I'm just missing out on some performance on graphics. And anyway, I have another PC that needs some upgrades. I tried to, as I retire old PCs, they have more RAM available, and I did try to upgrade the RAM on the PC that needs improvements, and it wouldn't accept the RAM I was putting in there. I don't know why, because yeah, it's a DDR4 system, and I have DDR4 RAM to put in it, but it just took one look at the RAM I put in it and said, man, not happening. But I might try it again over Christmas when nobody else is here, except Mrs. Osa. And then what's the next thing? I think everything else is good for now. But yeah. I wonder if, I kind of wonder if we'll ever see cheap consumer electronics to update computers or upgrade computers with, or whether we're just going to be stuck. But one of the things I could do is I do not have any USB-C slots on the front of the PC. because I retained the old case, because the old case is huge. It's an old digital storm system from 2017, 18. And the case is cavernous, which is nice because that's a lot of air floating around inside it and not a lot to restrict airflow. But it doesn't have USB-C slots on the front. So I mean, it's okay. I don't have much of anything that uses USB-C. It does have a USB-C slot at the back, but things I put in the front of the case are things like removable drives or memory cards, and the memory card reader is has USB-C and USB-A, so no big deal there. Okay, we will run this down to here, and then we'll take up some more stuff on the main fields. How's the mulcher is still going, although it looks like he might be incredibly short of diesel, so might have to take care of that. First things first, I am going to very carefully do this. Back up, and we're not okay. Good to know. Okay, so that doesn't get killed when you drive on it anymore. Let's go fetch bales. Not those bales. Those are grass bales. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. That button there. Let's go. So I am going to leave 2 bales on the field. Oh no! That's the problem. I forgot about that. So when you're making bales, you can switch to large bales, for example, which I do for straw. But because the previous bale I made was a medium grass bale, it finishes off the bale that is already started for the size that was previously selected. Basically, you have to complete making the bale before it will switch to a different size. So if I went and took the baler over to the grass field and started baling up that field and set it to medium, the first bale out would be a big bale, which would be a problem. Okay, 2 more. Dump those in the bale shed, because 2, 4, 6, 8 is a good number. So I think I can put that smaller bale in the the horse area. That will work. All right. Let's back that in there. And eeny, meeny, miny, pick a button. That one. Yes. Okay, so that's 8 more straw bales. Don't need to worry about those for another year. Back up, And let's go back to the field. Yeah. Don't hit the shed. Don't hit the water tower. Don't hit anything. Okay, small, medium, smaller. That one. And yeah, I'll put the small one in the, or the smaller one in the horse pen, because the horses really don't do much with, they don't eat much. So having a bunch there is not the problem. So try and get that lined up there, and as soon as it finishes tipping, boop. Oh, not put it in the right place.